This is the rear portion of the parlor car. Judy and I are on our way up to the Grand Canyon. It's a little after 9:30 in the morning. We just left the station at Williams. There's a nice view out the window. The scenery going by. We've been presented with a full table of breakfast goodies. Elsewhere there's juice and coffee and a full bar. Here's the setup for the drinks, coffee, juice, sodas, all complimentary as part of our trip. And there's the bartender. And there's the bartender working the fully stocked bar. This is the rear portion of the luxury parlor car, and there's one of the tourists who come to ride the Grand Canyon Railway from all over the world. We'll get a view from the back platform shortly. This picture is the opposite of what you'd expect. We're watching where we've been and we can't see where we're going. Engineers got that view. And there's one of the tourists who come to the Grand Canyon from all over the world. This was our train. It's like about 10 or 12 cars. I don't see the engine. And this was our car, the luxury parlor car they called it. No dome on top, but that's all right. We had a beautiful view out the window. Well, here we are at the actual Grand Canyon, Magna Caverna, or something like that.
Get it maybe between the two. Okay. Maybe we can darken it up on the computer.
I'm with you on most issues.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know how to do ours.
Do you want me to take yours and his right there with yours? Or?
Now I see some trails down there. You can zoom in a little bit on those trails, but when I zoom in we lose sharpness. Now, do you suppose that's where the walking trails are for the people who go into the canyon? Yeah, because I can see people down there. They look like ants. Crickets?
Lizard.
Crickets?
Lizard.
Oh. A dead one?
No, a live one.
I don't see him.
He's right here.
Oh, sure enough. He's moved. Oh, he ran away.
He ran away.
Yeah.
This is a different angle.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
You see the cave in there?
We make jokes about falling into the Grand Canyon. This is a spot where if you went over the railing, I'm going to back up and you'll see the railing. And after I've backed up away from the railing, it's actually a concrete block wall about 2.5, maybe 3 feet high. And so I'm going to walk back up to it, and I'm going to tilt the camera down, and you'll have some idea of what's below. There's the edge of the block wall. There's my finger. That's the edge of the block wall right there. And if you go off the edge, that point, it's straight down for like maybe 250 feet. You bounce, It's not an uninterrupted fall, but there's no flat place to land other than that shelf. And I don't think if you went over the edge, you'd land on a shelf. You'd just bounce and bounce and bounce until you landed in a tree. The earlier videos showed part of a block wall. Well, the block wall is not continuous, so we're going to swing around and we're going to look at a section of the canyon edge that does not include a block wall. And notice there's one of the tourists comes to the Grand Canyon from all over the world, and she's standing within 4 or 5 feet of forever.
For you, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. If they just get me a letter of something of some sort that I can have, that'll be fine. And then
Well, this is a little closer to the edge than they recommend. I'm about 4 feet back from the edge, and stretching the camera out to look over the edge.
Where's Patty? Yeah, romance in the love car.
There you go, romance.
You don't have to know her. You're done. This is a family train.
Oh, now it's a family train.
Kissy, come on.
Put the gun to her
I
head.
can, it's a real gun.
Oh no, okay.
Did you get it?
Got it. You got it.
I've never seen these folks, they're fibbing. Quit pulling out my clothes.
You're bringing up the ring, you ain't gonna get a whole lot.
Just give me that Halloween stuff and you put that and toss it back.
Sorry.
You're gonna share with your buddy, right? No. Heck no. You don't put things down the barrel. You gotta put things in the barrel. No, we don't. Yes, things come out of the barrel. This way when the bullet goes out, it goes everywhere. You get everybody. We don't put things in the barrel, sir. Is he bothering you?
Yeah, but
Congratulations, sir. You keep that up.
Thank you so much.
Well, those guys don't even work for us. No.
Freelancers, eh? What a pose.
Well, he may have Hollywood connections.
$1 million pose. Your screen test is complete.
Yeah. How many of you folks grew up watching Westerns?
Yeah.
Yeah, eat your heart out. I'm living a dream. Now, before I go, I have a joke I like to tell you folks. Would you like to see my impersonation of Elvis?
Yeah.
I've been told it's really good. Everybody ready?
Ready.
Want to see it again? I know it.
Now, do you know what Elvis would be doing today if he was still alive?
climbing the walls.
Digging his way out. And now I have to tell you this joke because Carol makes me do it. Do you know what the snail said riding on the turtle's back? Whee! Folks, thanks again. See you later.
Thanks for playing along.
This is a view of the London Bridge in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. This was the original bridge over the Thames River in London. It was disassembled in England and brought over here brick by brick. Every single one of those stones was numbered as to where it went on a chart, and they rebuilt that thing from scratch right here. Still in Lake Havasu City. We're right near London Bridge. This is the visitor center for the London Bridge complex. And they've obviously got a, what they call a London Arms pub and playhouse. And a nice fountain. It's always nice when the temperature is 102 that you've got something that will humidify the air. That's always appreciated. And there's another shot of the London Bridge. Not a particularly good visage from here, but we'll see what we can do for a better look later. Here we are again with a nice view of the almost the entire length of the London Bridge. Actually, no place that I know of where you can stand and actually get the full-length view of it. Maybe on the other side. This is the underside of one of the arches, if you haven't figured that out already. And part of this bridge is not needed for water, so they're using it for pedestrians. You just walk back and forth like we knew what we were doing. Well, here we are at the London Bridge in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, a major tourist attraction on the Colorado River. And here's one of the tourists that come to visit the London Bridge from all over the world.